If Roman could count on anything in his relationship with Gus, it was that if they weren't fighting, they were fucking. They fought about politics, heated arguments that would inevitably lead him to throw her over a sofa and thrust hard into her from behind. They argued about social issues. A disagreement about a Supreme Court decision had once led to them breaking the breakfast table. He hadn't even cared. They'd hit the ground with a bounce and he hadn't broken rhythm at all. He'd had to concoct a good excuse the next morning, and he still wasn't sure Zack had bought it.
"What do you mean? Dax is a sweetie,"
Gus said, rolling onto her back, a move that left her generous breasts totally available to him.
"Besides, he's going to find out sometime."
God, he loved those breasts. They were full and soft with pretty pink nipples, and so responsive. Sometimes he could make her come simply by sucking on them. He palmed one, his brain only half on the conversation. I don't see why. He's barely home now. When he comes back, we'll cool things off for a bit so he doesn't know anything. She sat up abruptly.
"That won't work forever, Roman."
The sudden flare in her eyes told Roman that he was on dangerous ground, that he'd stepped into something better left untouched. He sighed and reached for her hand. Let's not worry about that now, Gus. I don't have long before the bubble of school is over, when we'll have to move on. Can't we spend our time happy? He wanted peace with her. He wasn't sure why, but she sometimes seemed to delight in pushing his every button, keeping him off kilter. Yet he was drawn to her time and time again. Maybe the distance would do them both good. He might get his head screwed on straight again. So why did he ache at the thought of being apart from Gus?
"Move on."
She scooted away. Her eyes had gone blank, her voice small. Gus was never, ever small. You know what I mean, he said, trying to wave his words off. Your clerkship is almost done. You've got that job with the firm in New Orleans. I'll be on the road with Zack soon. We won't see each other often.
"Well, I've been thinking about that."
She sat up, reaching for the robe he'd issued. She wrapped it around her body. There was no way to miss how tense she'd become.
"I got another offer, this one at a firm in D.C. Close to the Hill, lots of political work."
She was thinking about moving to D.C.? The NOLA firm has some political work, too. Wait, are you talking about the job with Kleinman and Horn? That doesn't pay anything like the NOLA job, and you would be going in as a junior associate.
"Only for a year," she replied.
"Yes, and after that year they cut 90% of the class." He shook his head. What the hell was she thinking? The NOLA firm was old and respected, and she could grow her career quickly there. The D.C. firm was a recognized bloodbath. Yes, the 2 or 3 lawyers who made it tended to become sharks of the highest order, but they had to fight, teeth constantly bared. She waved her manicured hand.
"I'm not worried about that. I can handle the competition. Hell, I'll probably enjoy it, but if I stay in D.C., we don't have to split up."
He strode to the dresser and grabbed a pair of sweats from a drawer, silently gaping. Were they really discussing the future of a relationship he'd never considered serious enough to warrant this conversation? Gus blew in and out of his life like a hurricane, and while he craved her constantly, he was smart enough to know all the reasons they wouldn't work. He'd assumed she was too. Hell, he and Gus were oil and water. God, they were like his parents, always fucking or fighting with almost nothing in between. Roman's childhood came rushing back. He'd often been grateful to return to Crichton, where he didn't have to listen to the two of them scream at each other one minute, then behave as if they were stars of the greatest love story ever the next. How they'd stayed married all these years, he had no idea. But he refused to let that kind of bullshit drama overtake his life. Despite how crazy he was about Gus, he couldn't live constantly on the edge, always anxious about the next fight, forever waiting for the other shoe to drop. I think you should take the NOLA job, Gus.
Really?
Her gorgeous face went still with shock. She was quiet as she looked away. When she faced him again, her eyes sheened with tears.
You don't want to see me after you graduate, do you? You never intended to have any sort of a future with me.
Holy shit. Roman had...